Hello friends, let's have some insight into valuation of our assets. Once I gifted my school going kid goggles worth rupees 5000. He was possessing with pride and with utmost care. After a few months I revealed it to him that it is just a duplicate and his worth is only 300. From that day on, it was just lying around the house. After knowing the value, he lost interest. We elders are also psychologically attached to the value of anything. In materialistic world, when the essential necessities of life are fulfilled, we often struggle to acquire more wealth or increase the value of acquired wealth. Regardless of whether we collect useful or non-useful items, we continue accumulating anything in the name of wealth, such as unproductive land, wasteful scrap, or unnecessary assets. We are always chasing more wealth without any clear purpose, solely for the sake of its value or due to subconscious, unknown, habitual greed. Consider this: if a piece of land is infertile or unproductive, it serves no purpose, yet we still hold on to it, valuing it temporary for false reasons. Many farmers own land worth millions but are unable to make both ends meet. The value of commercial property is often based solely on its location. The same area or size of land in a different zone or different circumstances can have a completely different value. Non performing assets are major concern for businessmen, yet they take pride in them due to their perceived value. Many shops and commercial spaces in prime locations have low turnover or low operating margins due to competition, hardly covering their expenses. Despite this, the owners consider themselves rich due to high asset value in the area. Over a period of time, a person's wealth can change from being worth thousands to millions without adding anything to their asset solely due to changes in the market value of their real estate. The value of anything is determined by demand supply ratio and many other factors, ultimately reflecting the value of our achievements. If there is no buyer for something, its value is zero, regardless of how precious it may be. This indicates that actual possession, collection, or accumulation of anything holds no importance. It is the market valuation that counts, which is ever changing, relative, and beyond our control. Looking at the bigger picture of our lives, the value of our assets can change many times without any efforts on our part. Yet, men continue to pursue temporary valuations. Most things in the world are not fundamentally valuable, their value is given by people. For example, gold is just a metal and a diamond is just a stone, still very valuable. Consider the stock market scenario. The value of share is not its actual value but an anticipated value. The real value of is book value. In the stock market, the value of shares fluctuates constantly due to multiple factors. A single terrorist attack or a war can devalue a portfolio within minutes. Our wealth is actually based on infinite number of factors and any change in these factors can affect our wealth. If a company's stock price collapses, its valuation goes down. In reality, nothing is lost, not even a single penny, but with the same quantity of assets, the company is relatively poor. Often, the downfall of a company's share value is due to anticipation of failure or negative rumors, even if the company is running perfectly fine. Our wealth based on valuation is just a point in space and time. With the same assets, one can be rich or poor at different times. All valuations are relative, temporary, and time bound. For example, in India, if there is no rainfall in a season, everything changes, including the property prices, the share prices, turnover, and even eventually profit. So, one's wealth can be influenced by uncontrollable natural factors. The value of most assets in the world is based on anticipation and the ratio of demand and supply. Their market value is not their real cost. In an inflated economy, we might be happy about a cup of ice cream, but in reality, we just have a spoonful of milk. We may be happy about a balloon, but in fact, what we have is just small mass of plastic. The valuation of assets may be increasing daily, but we are getting devalued every moment. In the face of death, the whole concept of valuation becomes meaningless. Nothing in life is guaranteed or permanent. In times of crisis, the value of every asset becomes meaningless, such as during the Russia-Ukraine war. Israel attack on Gaza, or natural disasters like earthquakes or tsunamis. The value of life saving drug to a healthy person is nothing, but to someone who is dying, it is priceless. The value of assets would not be possible without need or greed. In conclusion, we see that all valuation is temporary and deceptive. Getting attached to or deriving happiness from valuation is self deception. Our wealth based on valuation is temporary, dependent on factors beyond our control. While the valuation of assets may increase, the quality of life often remains unchanged. The concept of valuation is always relative and time bound, and anything that is relative and time bound is not the real truth, it is the relative truth.